We are back fresh off the first Carnival sailing in over 15 months and ready to get you all caught up next on the Cruise News Week in Review. Hey everyone, I'm Mark, and I am still wishing that I was on the Carnival Vista, but it's okay being back here in the temperature-controlled studio, catching you up on all the latest happenings in the cruise world. We've got new videos posted on the Carnival boarding process as well as the self-muster, so check those out if you're sailing soon, and make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell turned on, because we've got a lot more content on the way. It's great that cruising is back and different lines are taking different approaches to resumption. While some have chosen to have some ships sailing with 95% of guests vaccinated, other ships are planning to sail with a mix of vaccinated and unvaccinated passengers. And currently, the only way to do that is to complete a CDC-approved simulated voyage or test cruise using volunteers as passengers. Right now, there are 13 ships approved for test cruises, 8 from Royal Caribbean, 2 Disney Cruise Line ships, and 1 each from Carnival, MSC, and Bahamas Paradise. And if you were one of the cruise lovers that signed up to be a test passenger late last year, your time might be coming. Royal Caribbean posted on a social media that after receiving an incredible 350,000 plus responses last year from people interested in becoming Royal Caribbean's Volunteers of the Seas, that this week they will be randomly selecting and extending invites to registered volunteers to participate in upcoming simulation cruises. RCL also recommended that if you applied, stay tuned to your email for news in the coming days. They also provided a webpage, which I've linked below, for you to follow along with the conversation. While you're down there, drop a comment and let me know if you signed up or especially if you got an invite. Thankfully, the U.S. government was able to come together and pass legislation that is allowing cruising to resume in Alaska without the need to make a call in a foreign port. But it looks like things may return to normal in 2022. According to a statement from the Honorable Omar Algebra, Canada's Minister of Transport, Canada will lift its cruise ship ban as of November 1st. Transport Canada said that cruise ship operators will still be required to comply with public health requirements, but said they're looking forward to having a cruising season in 2022. If you've ever been on a Carnival cruise, then you know that they're very cruise director driven. Fans of the brand have been chomping at the bit to find out who would be on the next round of ships entering service. Well, wait no more. Gary Blair will be on board the Carnival Magic when she sets sail from Port Canaveral. Lee Mason will entertain guests on the Panorama when she sails from Long Beach. One of our favorites here at the Cruise World, Felipe Coto, will be sailing from Miami on the Sunrise. We've had a couple of amazing cruises with Felipe, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. Woohoo! And though Mike Pack is still scheduled to be the CD on the Mardi Gras, he and his wife, former Carnival Cruise Director Emma Nixon, just recently had a baby. So congratulations, guys. So for the first few Mardi Gras voyages, stepping into his shoes and bringing his own kilts will be Chris the Flying Scotsman Williams. Each morning I get up, I tell you, can't barely stand on my feet. Take a look, the morning I cried. Lord, what you do to me? I'll spend all my days believing you, but I just can't get over the love. Somebody, anybody find me somebody to love. I've had the pleasure to sail with the Scotsman, and I can assure you that Mardi Gras passengers will not be disappointed. The Carnival Breeze set sail from Galveston this week, becoming the company's third ship to resume passenger sailings. Next up for Carnival will be the Carnival Miracle, sailing to Alaska, and on the 31st, the long-awaited Mardi Gras will set sail for the first time from Port Canaveral. With the arrival of the Mardi Gras and her new hull design that pays homage to maritime tradition, Carnival Cruise Line announced that they would be bringing the ship's new livery design to its entire fleet. The Magic received the red, white, and blue colors in May, and now the Glory and the Dream have also received the new paint job. Next up will be the Carnival Valor, which is currently in dry dock. Now, I've heard mixed reviews on the paint scheme, but I like it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. A favorite cruise destination for many, myself included, is Grand Cayman. And despite the recent cruise resumption, Grand Cayman remains closed. But this week they announced a 5-step plan to begin safely welcoming back tourists. The 5th phase begins on November 18th of this year, and the plan culminates with a welcome back, which is expected to take place on January 27th of 2022. At that time, Cayman Islands will celebrate their grand reopening, welcoming all passengers without quarantine or travel restrictions, to include cruise ship passengers. I do have a couple of 2022 sailings with stops in Grand Cayman, So I do hope everything goes as scheduled. If you're set to sail from Venice after August 1st of this year, you'll likely not be departing from the traditional port. This week, the Italian cabinet approved a decree banning large cruise ships from the San Marco Basin, the San Marco Canal, and the Giudecca Canal. 157 million euros have been invested to allow berthings to take place at the industrial port of Marghera, and they will be routed to keep the vessels farther away from the historic center of Venice. Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi called it a step for the protection of the Venetian lagoon. So you may be asking, what is a large cruise ship for the purposes of this decree? It applies only to ships over 25,000 tons. Now, to put that in perspective, I sailed out of Venice in 2019 on the Rhapsody of the Seas, which is nearly 80,000 tons. Royal Caribbean's smallest ship, Grandeur of the Seas, comes in at over 73,000 tons. So pretty much any modern cruise ship you can think of will be affected by this decree. If you haven't already heard, a woman's rant went viral this week when she released several profanity-laced videos of herself to social media following her removal from the Freedom of the Seas. Long story short, her and her travel partner were mistakenly identified as vaccinated, which they were not. And once the mistake was realized by Royal Caribbean, COVID-19 tests were administered and one came back positive. 57-year-old woman Laura Angelo was livid. And now she has her 15 minutes of fame. So many people have already jumped on the bandwagon and reposted the video, so I'm just going to link one of those down below if you'd like to have a good laugh. Even with the cruise line starting to resume service, they're still losing money. That's one of the reasons that all three are in the red for the second straight week. Royal Caribbean finished the week at $72.39 a share. That's a drop of 12.8%. Carnival Corporation and PLC fell nearly 15% to close at $20.92. And Norwegian Cruise Line holdings plummeted to $23.14, a loss of over 17% from last week's closing bell. You're now all caught up on what's going on in the cruise world. We would really appreciate it if you'd hit that thumbs up button. Helps YouTube know that you enjoy the cruise content. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? It's absolutely free, and I promise you, we have a ton of great content headed your way. With so many upcoming cruises, we'd love to hear your cruise countdowns, so drop us a line down in the comments. And as always, remember, life is short. Cruising is fun. We'll see you next time.